So I got to ask this question. All right, what you need to tell us at least one of your good times doing comedy and one bad time.
Okay, we all got them,
and I will try to do it without name dropping.
If you get close, I might drop the name for you.
Oh yeah, I was saying we will do that. We're definitely alley-oopers right here. Even if it wasn't an alley-oop throw, I'm just dunking them.
Like who was at Southeast DC and did like Chico?
Yeah,
Chico's
Chico. Tony's boom. Oh, okay. I thought I had it. Right. So that might happen.
Okay, let's start off with the good times. Definitely that set at Chief Ike's when I just said, forget the jokes, let's just dance. That was awesome.
Did you dance?
I did. I just kind of led. Everybody was up there dancing. It was awesome.
Visual picture in my head.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mrs. Brown.
I think one of my favorite times was when I did Sally's. Sally's had a very urban crowd, and I wasn't sure how they would receive me, and I was very, very nervous, but I got up there and I did my set, got my laughs, and I loved it. You know, I kind of faced the fear and got through it, and it was cool. Mike was there, and I actually saw him. He was there that time.
Shout out to Attack of the Comics, Haywood Turnsi, and Mike Brown. Yeah, that's what we did. Solid. I could name drop
this
that.
time he wasn't behind a bush or anything.
No.
Just hide behind a space heater.
Well, what the few times I was hanging for the Raptors upside down with my camera.
But it was a great room, good energy. I judged the crowd more than they judged me, and I was like, they're gonna hate me, and you know it's not gonna go over well. It went great.
That happens to Mike every week.
Yeah,
they're gonna hate me.
Yeah, I do it every single time. Like, man, they love me, but they hate me.
Yeah,
like, you know what? He's right. We do hate you.
If you do hate me, you can still buy a DVD.
Buy his DVD.
Watch it and hate me while you watch it.
Or buy one and watch it and hate him.
It was once I got outpromoted, but I got outplugged by another plug because it was hip hop. So I was like, I got my DVD. They were like, yeah, but I got this mixtape. So I like $5. Like, you can just take my tape.
That's funny. How'd you get outplugged? I'm recording mine right now.
you in my studio space. Like, okay.
But speaking of hip hop, so the Solly show, they also have local artists, musical artists, and that was cool too because they showed a lot of love. They were like, we're here doing our thing, you're here doing your thing. Just support local artists.
Did they try to merge things?
Oh, super cool.
Oh, you're doing your thing. I want to do our thing.
I remember that set now. Now I remember. This is what happened. I got a story. Have another backstory.
Okay.
She was at Solly's, right? She had said something to the fact because when she went up there, every dude was like, "Oh, she fine," like that,
exactly.
Right? In their head, they were like,
"Let's merge our hip hop and comedy thing together."
Yeah. So then they was talking to the whole time. I know what dudes are not listening. They're just like, "Oh, she fine, right? She funny too, but she fine." And then she's like,
funny too, but she fine.
she said she was like in the.
That's what they were. I'm sorry. That's what they were yelling.
Yeah.
Oh, she fine. She funny too, but she fine. Oh man. Shout out to the dudes yelling that.
She said she was in some part of Virginia, and like you could just hear the silence, and everybody was like, "Dude."
Because he was like, "Oh, I ain't driving to Virginia.
I ain't going to Virginia."
I said I live in Sterling, Virginia. You heard some dude in the back go, "Damn."
Right? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You had to say
Like she fine, but she ain't driving out to Sterling fine.
She ain't messing with them cops fine.
She ain't paying tolls fine.
Ain't nobody paying no tolls.
Last time I went to Sterling, you remember that time you had to come and get me, right?
Everybody has a bad Virginia story.
God.
You know my tags are dead. Why would I go out Sterling?
Remember that last time when I was in the middle of the HOV lane cut off? Yeah, that was the last time with Sterling.
Meet me in the middle. Meet me in Alexandria.
That's exactly what that is. Meet me at
Caught that charge out of Virginia.
Right at the other end of a bridge. Sterling.
And so,
Sterling? I'm sorry.
So it's so far from everything. I have to drive 45 minutes for anything. It's a heartbreak.
That makes me feel lazy. Just like I didn't have to drive 45 minutes to go there, and I didn't go anywhere.
it's like Frankie. I know she always she lives in Virginia, right?
Yeah.
But she go all the way out like Baltimore, and I'm like, more power to you because I'm not going to Baltimore.
You got to show me $1 or a stripper or
like something got to give. Give me a key of Coke or something. But if you go,
A brick.
It's just so far, and that's what led me to talk to Wayne about starting my own open mic. I was like, I need to start one out here because I'm so tired of driving to DC or Maryland for everything.
So real quick, before we cut you off, Talk about your podcast. You have one. I know it's you, Mike Black, another white person, one more white person, and Wayne.
John Quinn.
Racism at its best.
John Quinn's the one who kind of heads the podcast. He edits it and publishes it. He's amazing. And then it'll be whatever random members of the meeting that want to participate. And he will lead a discussion, and we'll do that. So the Washington, D.C. Writers Group, we get together, we'll do a writing exercise. So there'll be a prompt, and everybody will write a joke about it. And then we'll
give us an example of that, too.
Let's see.
Man, I'm not putting you on the spot now. Like this.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm trying to think what the last one was. Okay, so one time, Mandy, who is the co-founder with Wayne, Mandy Dalton, what she did was she brought a deck of cards, and everybody was supposed to write down a job that you would hate to do. And then she put
besides your own,
some outlandish job that you would hate to do. Then she put the stack of index cards back together, and everybody else would have to pick a card, and then you write a resignation letter for this horrible job. Wow. It was hilarious. One of the things I put down was elephant trainer. And this dude was hilarious. He said, this was his resignation letter. He's like, "Dear Dumbo, if you're reading this, my job here is done."
Very good.
I thought it was hilarious.
Quality.
But yeah, so that's what we do, and we'll record the people's answers from the writing exercise, and then we do a panel discussion of this one was good and why, this one needs work and how could we fix it, how could we punch it up, what can be taken out or added to make this funnier. And that's what the podcast is. And they do it every week, or every other week we'll record the writing exercise. And there's been 2 specials that were not about the writing exercise. It was one where I interviewed Wayne about what it takes to start an open mic of your own. And then there was another one where we just discussed writing styles and how people come up with their material. Yes.
I have a question.
Sure.
What keeps people from getting... Because we know comedians are very sensitive people.
Very.
So I'm just picturing someone having their joke pulled out and them saying, "Okay, let's look at how bad this joke is. Let's think about what we need to fix this." It's like, well, your joke wasn't that funny either. Who are you to tell me, Wayne, man? My joke wasn't funny. And like, I mean, what keeps that from
So
happening?
we thought about that. What we do is the bad, air quotes, joke, which is not necessarily the bad one, but the one that can use some work. We always choose that from the people who are doing the podcast. So if it was the 4 of us doing it, we would have to pick the bad joke as one of ours, so we can talk about it. And then the good joke can be picked from anybody who agreed to have their joke released and recorded. Yeah, that's how we do it. It's funny that you mentioned that, because I always want to pick a bad joke from just the whole lot, and they're like, we can't use anybody's joke if they weren't here.
Like, it's like, oh, we have a phone call. It's me. I heard you. The joke is kills in rooms. You don't know nothing.
In the urban rooms at that. They don't tell me to shut up. They love that joke.
Love that. You don't know nothing.
But I don't like to look at it as this is a bad joke. I like to look at it as like, this is how this one can be made better. But I think the way that you're saying it, comedians are sensitive people, and they would see it that way. Yeah. Why did you pick mine as a bad joke?
Why don't you pick one of your jokes, huh? Because people love that joke.
Wayne Man. I just love saying Wayne Man. Me and Wayne Man have like this ongoing beef that neither one of us know we have yet. Like I see it, like every chance I get, whenever I see a post on, I'll be like, "Hey Wayne, I can't stand you." Like I post a meme to like to desensitize the anger, but it's still there.
I do hate you.
Like yesterday, was it? It was on Ralph Cooper's status, right? Shout out to Ralph Cooper. He was talking about. It was an article that was about stop telling people on Facebook that you killed. So he called out Jelani.
I was just about to say that.
For real?
Every time, killing it. I love Jelani.
So he called out Jelani, right? Whoa! And somehow I think I mentioned Wayne Man in the article. I put a picture of the state attorney Mosby. And I said, I'm just sitting here waiting for Wayne Man to do an interview with this dude Dunham, because he does an interview for everybody but DC Comics. So he comments back. So then I put another picture of Mosby up. Like, I'm just waiting on my interview. So he does this long plug about who he already interviewed, like Judy Carter and like the person who wrote for Friends. I noticed a trend. You saying everybody but the people in DC. He tried to change the subject. Now, mind you, I keep putting the picture of Mosby up. It's different pictures of her.
Oh man!
So he keep putting these pictures up. He was like, "Oh, have y'all noticed we hijacked the thread?" So then I put a picture up and said, "Hey, I noticed you tried to change the subject. I think I won. I'm gonna go work out now." And I left. He didn't comment back. I'm waiting for Wayne Man. Wayne Man, if you listen, I'm waiting for you to comment back. I got pictures of the band.
bully.
I am.
You're a cyber bully.
He started
A
it.
comedian cyber bully.
He started it.
Oh my god.
Shout out to Wayne. He's so sweet. I love him.
He's good.
He welcomed me right away. The first time I ever went to the writers group. He's just great.
Marcus.
Not gonna let you off the hook. Because you told us about a great time. Did you tell us about a bad time?
Yeah.
I was waiting. I wasn't gonna say now. I was just gonna kind of wait it out.
Okay.
We had those too.
Yes. It was another urban crowd. It was before I had done Sally's, and this is what gave me the fear. I don't want to say too much about it and give it away, but it was.
We're probably gonna fill in the blank.
It was half comedy, half karaoke. And
yeah, we all looking to the sky.
Yeah, that's.
and if you give me some paper, I'll write it. But
Searching
it was
for paper.
half comedy, half karaoke. And
I'm trying to figure it out myself.
It was
What
in
day of
this-
the week was this? You remember?
oh, I can't remember because I never went back.
She's not trying to give us clues, Marcus. I don't know the date.
It's like it had to be like a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
We're in here scouring for Sharpies. Mike is about to prick the end of his fingers as if he has diabetes. Just write with this.
And
He's constructing a pen. I mean, really.
oh, and I'll tell you another really bad one too. That one I can probably say the name of it, but I won't. But anyway, so it was this urban room. It was out in DC, and it was half comedy, half karaoke, and just none of the people were really like listening.
Engaged,
yeah, it was I guess it was a sports bar. They had this huge TV with the game on that they didn't even turn off.
It's always
right,
a bad
right behind.
Been
the-
there.
We
Always a bad move.
so the comics are performing, and the stage, if you will, it wasn't even really a stage. It was just an area up in the front. Was right by the door. So not only are you performing and people aren't really paying attention to you because they're all turned up and drinking and they're doing whatever else, but you're right by the door. So anybody that comes in or leaves is walking right in front of your set. You got the TV
Excuse me.
playing the
I've
game
been there
on
too.
Excuse
above
me, your
you.
jokes weren't good enough to keep me in my seat. I apologize.
You know, and it was one of those things where you are like struggling to take control of the room, and it's a battle you're not going to win.
Not at all.
They're either paying attention to you or you're not. And the thing that made it so much worse is because both of these, I'm going to do another bad story. It's the same way. I had asked all these people to come with me, so I had like 5 of my friends there watching me struggle. They were the only people paying attention to me. And you know, I got off the stage and they were like, you were
Okay.
you were so funny.
I thought you were funny.
Exactly.
I laughed.
Yeah. And they
Aside from them 2 dudes that walked in front of you,
Yeah, honestly, you know what? I got the last joke. I didn't get.
They just didn't get it.
and
Watch out, Kevin Hart.
they were so supportive, and they were actually paying attention to me, so they actually could tell if I was, you know, funny or not, because they actually were the only people who listened to the set. And the other comics kind of came up and just kind of freestyled and kind of joned on the crowd. It wasn't really something people who had like a tight
It's an urban room.
practiced set. And so that was one of the things my friend told me. It's like, you were the only one who went up there and had like, you know, practice material. You could tell that it was, you know, it's something that was rehearsed and written, and you know, we like that. So they were like struggling to compliment me.
They're gonna stop supporting too.
Yes.
They're gonna stop.
That was
I
it.
just want to put that out there. They're gonna
You
stop,
gotta-
and then they're gonna come back. So how's that comedy thing going?
They're
Like,
gonna, how's that little thing you do? You know that when you
Look.
stand up and
has it
I
taken
love it
off
how
yet?
they always downplay that little. You still tell your little jokes,
you know the little
your little
thing.
jokes in
Look,
your
mine-
little club.
Mine used to be worse because of the comedian that shared the name that I did, and he was on TV, and it was like, "Hey, is this you always be?" Hell no. You sure? I'm pretty certain that I haven't done a special that I didn't know about. Wow.
There was
wow.
another. Do you even know who that
Yes,
is?
Yes.
Um,
I'll say his name.
do you even know who that is?
Funny story. I
okay.
got a funny story.
Yeah, we can say that now.
Okay, yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
when I first started doing comedy back at All Stars Comedy Club, it was me, Dave Tullis, and the first person to ever put me on the show was Dingbat. And
Oh man.
and so he put me on the show, and like he helped me like gain that edge. Like I didn't have to go to urban rooms because he brought the
brought the urban to
to
you.
me. He brought it
Yes.
to me. So I did like 2 shows. I did several different shows. I always get called to do a show where they love me for some odd reason. Like his shows always start like, the show starts at 8:00. But the show, once you get there, the
Starts
show
at 10:15.
yeah, 10:15, 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, and, like this